Hi, I'm Danelle, and I have just finished my second week of clearing out old items and mementos and sentimental stuff from some storage areas here in our house in preparation for moving from this island in Southeast Alaska down to the Pacific Northwest, probably Washington State. And it has been exhausting, but I've learned a lot. And one thing I've learned is how to keep up my energy and my optimism through all of the difficult sorting of old letters, old mementos from trips that we took as a family, and toys that my kids loved when they were little. It's just almost an endless list, photos and journals, all kinds of things that have been really tough to sort out and decide what to throw away, what to pass on to other people. But I'll share with you some of the challenges and the ways that I have learned to keep my optimism up, my energy up, keep myself balanced through all this. Hopefully some of these tips will help you. And I hope you enjoy this little journey through my last couple of weeks and what I've been doing. So here is how I've spent all of my spare time in the last couple of weeks. I'm just hauling things out of storage areas and looking at what I have. That's some fancy Japanese paper that came from an art store I owned back in the late 1980s. And I found this old painting that I had forgotten about. So I just tuck it back in there. I don't know what I'll do with that yet. Probably will just toss that or give it away. And it's just finding all kinds of, those are empty boxes I had saved for Christmas, I guess, for wrapping presents. Here is our stack that we have so far of things that we're taking to the thrift store, things that we're giving to family members that they belong to, and just various items that need to be further sorted. And here's a stack of t-shirts that we kept to make some craft projects with. There is a big tote of Christmas decorations. There's some Halloween decorations. I will bring those with me. This is a box I found that I had no idea was up there. This is old paperwork, tax papers, bank statements, a credit card file from 1999. This stuff goes back really far and it is all trash, but it can't just be thrown in the landfill due to all of the numbers, our social security numbers, things like that, that are on these, so they're going to have to be shredded or burned. So those are just a bunch of maps from when we lived in Oregon, which is kind of odd to not know why I saved those. And here is me with the probably almost 20 bags of trash that we have thrown out. Here's a pile of bike parts and old bikes. I slipped on some ice a couple of weeks ago. I ended up in the emergency room to have that taken care of. It didn't break or anything, but I landed on my shoulder. So that has been a little bit tough with having to carry all these things out. So I'm taking some Tylenol and it's going okay. I'm just trying to be careful. And there's an old rocking chair there on the left that is from my childhood, but I don't know what to do with it, so it's going to the landfill. And here's the fun part. I get to cross off the spaces that I have finished sorting. I'm into February because there were a couple areas in January I slated for January that I couldn't tackle. And here I am at my full-time job as a reporter for Ketchikan Daily News. I work from home, so this is how I have to spend quite a bit of my time. So juggling this sorting and moving tasks with my normal tasks like a full-time job. And this is my volunteer job. I am a water tanker driver for North Tongass Volunteer Fire Department. This was at about 3 in the morning. It was storming and probably blowing about 40 miles per hour. I was filling up the tanker at that hydrant. It had gotten empty after we put out a fire in someone's house. I love that job though. I was pretty happy. I don't mind doing that at all. It's exciting and you feel like you're doing something for your community. And here is another task I have to do that I have had to balance with the sorting and the packing. This is an oil painting that I am doing. Actually, I finished this. This is for an invitational exhibit that's going to be held in April of Sailing in a Storm. And here is a large painting I did in about 2013 for a solo exhibit at our Main Street gallery. It's our nonprofit gallery. And it recently sold, which was very, very exciting. So I need to take it off of the stretcher bars, the frame. And my son Jackson is helping me. It was a big job. There were hundreds of staples in there. It had a frame on it that had finishing nails. So we had to use a lot of elbow grease to get that off of there, roll it up. It will be mailed to the new owner here soon. So that was another task I had to juggle with all of the added tasks of moving. And here is how I keep myself positive, energized. I love to train dogs. I had a dog training business for many years, and I'm part of this agility team. This is when my dog Henry very first started learning agility. Still a little rough, but we were having fun. But also another thing that I have to juggle for time. And here's my morning. Every single morning I go for a bike ride or I go for a hike, and I think this is the best way to keep your mind clear and optimistic and to just kind of refresh your soul. So here I am riding down one of our pipeline trails. Those old pipelines carry water down to our old pulp mill that closed in '97. And here's one of our muskegs, which we call our bogs. Just taking a stroll there, and what I like to do there is paint. I'm using my acrylic gouache paint here, and on my other channel, Danielle Kelly Art, I make these little videos showing me painting either outside or in my studio, and that is so good. Here is some more Ketchikan weather, which I will not miss when I move. It was blowing up to 70 miles an hour this day, and I took a walk on the beach. It still was fun, still was refreshing, still was healthy. And this is another way I stay optimistic and healthy. I eat healthy food. Thanks for watching, and if you have any ideas on how to make a big move like this easier, smoother, all the way from how to sell a house and transition to a new house, that's kind of a tricky transition, and just what to do with sentimental items, artwork and photos and journals and just all kinds of things. We are making a lot of trips to our landfill, and we're going to be putting a lot of stuff in the secondhand store that we have here. But if you have any ideas, ways that we can maybe help out nonprofits by donating things, I'd love to hear your tips, and I'd love to have you along. It really helps keep my energy up and my optimism up to hear from you. Thanks so much, and take care.